Hello everyone. Today we have with us Manish Panjwani, CTO Shriram Automall India Group. With over 8 years of experience as Group CTO and co-founder of two innovative companies, he is a technology leader known for driving strategic growth and operational excellence. Representing car trade tech on the board, he guides product and tech vision, budgets, and compliance. He leads India's largest digital auction platform utilizing AI, ML, and cloud solutions to enhance customer insights and satisfaction. An award winning leader, he is committed to fostering innovation, collaboration, and excellence across his organization and industry. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Nidhi, and thank you, CXNet, for inviting me for this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, so to start with, I would like to ask you, as you have an extensive experience in technology and leadership, how do you balance automation and human interaction to deliver a personalized and efficient customer experience?
Sure. Before coming to the human and the automation interactions, I think it is important to understand uh, the customer experience, the CX part, what we're talking. Uh, we really need to understand our customer needs first and build the applications and the systems around it. While technology is constantly moving, and so there'll always be new tools coming into place for the workplace and for our workforces. Be it we call it AI, ML, or generative AI. There's always be some new tool keep coming. However, every time we just have to adopt the new tools, technologies to be able to do our things better and better. If we say in the past, when let's assume about 2 decades back when Google was just introduced, everyone got the benefit out of it, and they did better than what they were doing previously. And so all the automation tool helps to do things are better. If we take some example, let's say in today on the social media, there are close to 300 to 600 million messages on the Instagram reels and everything. All the content is floating around on a day-to-day basis. It's practically impossible to really monitor, do the moderation of that content. This is where tools, AI tools will come into the picture, and it will help our teams to do their job better. So there's a term called HMT. This is not the HMT watches that used to come, but it
Okay.
is human machine teaming, HMT. This is the concept where humans and automations, they come together to build a better future, and the
Right.
right balance is equally important. Yeah.
Okay. Very
Yes.
well. As you said, adaptation and evolution is the key, I can say. So, to this, I would like to add, how do you ensure continuous improvement in customer experience through feedback and innovation?
Absolutely. Um, our company, our products, our teams, our technology is they are they have all these tools, techniques to deliver the customer experience. We are the mirror of how we will deliver the experience. Uh,
Yes.
if we just be one-sided without really understanding the customer needs, at the very first place, like I said, we need to understand our customer first and then build the tools, technologies, and everything. If there will be a gap on one side, understanding the customer, their environment, where they are currently, in physical environment where they are, in digitally how they are behaving, on what kind of a tools, technologies that they're using to do their business. If we know that, and if we are also in the same able to deliver that kind of experience, it has to be very contemporary. It has to be modern to meet to the expectations. We today, one side, if someone is using WhatsApp, which has now integrated AI, you can ask the question, right? They've already got that. On the other side, if our technology, our tools, does not give that kind of an experience, there is the gap. So our customer expectation is at a certain level, and we have to meet up to the similar expectation levels to be able to deliver that kind of experience. And like you rightly said, without having a feedback, it is really impossible to deliver the experience. We really need to understand through various
Right.
different measures, CSAT, customer satisfaction, NPS, and a lot of measures in, and it is very important that it is measurable. The experience has to be measurable, to be reviewed, the feedbacks to be taken, to be incorporated, to be given. It's not just that the interface is good and everything is fine. No, that's not about it.
Yes, yes,
That would be very incomplete to say. Today's applications, tools, technology has to be consistently performing. If we talk about the speed, it needs to generate the result. If you look at Chat GPT, generative AI, let's assume if we give a prompt to the generative AI anything, and it
yes,
takes 5 minutes to give an answer, are we going to use it? No. It needs to be very quick in giving the response. The response needs to be very fast. So the speed is very important measure to deliver the experience. If we say that whether security is also the customer experience parameter, yes. If as a customer I do not feel confident sharing my data with someone, that is an hindrance to giving that experience. So I have to comply with all the compliances. DPDP Act is there. There is GDPR Act is there in Europe. So this gives a confidence to the user to be able to, so that they feel comfortable to interact with our systems, with our people, and everything. So all the parameters are important. Security is also important from that matter.
right.
Yeah.
So as digital transformation is accelerating across industries, it's like as the digital transformation is accelerating the industries across industries. So, in your view, how has the shift towards digitalization transformed customer engagement and interaction?
Sure. Yeah, I think somewhere we have covered this. We're talking about WhatsApp, we're talking about Instagram. Uh, Everyone is bringing these newer technologies. Like Windows have got Copilot now. It is now integrated. You
Yes,
see,
yes,
there's very important term. It is integrated. Today, in within the Windows machines, on the right corner, you see the Copilot. Although it
yes,
says stuff, but it is integrated into the system. It makes it easier to do certain things. Similarly, WhatsApp, we see AI is integrated into it. So that's about the experience. That's about the experience getting integrated, and this further accelerate the adoption. It further accelerate the experience, and
yes,
you know the ease. Ultimately, what user is getting is very ease to getting the information very seamlessly. And if there are any issues, there are any complaints, uh, how quickly as a user is able to resolve those queries by interacting with the system. It doesn't need to be a complete black box. There
yes.
has to
Real-time
be a
action is
human
needed.
touch. Yes, there's a
Yes,
human touch is important. If I'm interacting with a system, some of the, I don't want to name the applications on this show, but there are certain applications where you keep trying, looking for the information. You give a chat and everything, but you're not able to get to the resolution after five,
yes,
10 hits. But if a user is not able to resolve after second or third question, that should be a quick interaction with the actual human. This is where the human need to come into the picture and help resolve the customer queries. If it does not get resolved, he's going to go unhappy. He's going to get frustrated. He's not going to come back. He's not going to give the good feedback. So this is all related. This is all related. And
yes,
so we need to build the technology at the right time and at the right amount also, at the right inference also. And it's not that it's all technology, and It's not that tomorrow we are just going to have robots all around, and we
Yeah.
only have to have robots to deal with. No,
So AI is
humans.
not
Yeah,
capable enough to replace humans yet,
exactly.
as we can say.
That's where the thing is. Everyone AI is going to bring their own expertise, which human otherwise, let's assume, is a mundane task. Like, if I have to do the inventory, sorting, listing, all that sort of thing, which is very, very, very mundane task. It's not so important. Let the machines do that, right? And I'll
Right.
probably do a better thing. I'll do probably more creative thing, thinking of analysis, thinking of analytics, putting a strategy to it. So I'm utilizing, as a human, I'm utilizing my time better to deliver better. And that's how they need to come together to deliver better.
Correct. So moving ahead, I would also like to add, how do you approach training and equipping your teams to maintain high standards of customer experience in a rapidly evolving digital landscape?
Sure. Training is very, very critical. I mean, it has been, for over the decades, and there's a full, uh, you know, teams who really focus on trainings. Train the trainer, TTT. That these are all concepts, and sometimes I'm just taking an example. This is my one of my favorite examples.
Okay.
Uh, I'm a big fan of Dale Carnegie. I mean,
Okay.
I learned like it's 100-year-old concepts that he brought in. These are very simple concepts, very simple concepts. He brought in a book, how to have a communication and make friends. That's a very, very, very old book, 100-year old,
Okay.
and that book is relevant in today's world as well. Very much relevant in today's world as well. And the Dell Carnegie Institute does the training today as well. I mean, the same pattern internationally. So how how can we, without having a training, we can actually run an organization? It's not possible. So any new technology requires that first hand holding to the user. There are always pros and cons. So cons also to be understood well. So,
Yes.
and what are the expectations from the technology? So that should also be understood well. What it can do, what it cannot, it's very important. So the expectation is very important. Sometimes it's very important to share what are the concepts. For example, there are some of these AI technologies which are open AI per se. Uh, it is not it is not advised to share company data on these systems because these are actually open models. These are large language models, and they are open models, open source, and so they
Okay.
would probably be using this data to build their responses better. And I'm sure no company would want to be in a situation that their data goes out to these open source models.
Yes.
This
Yes.
kind of a training is very important to all the employees to do, balance with the technology and learn the technology better.
So my last question to you would be, what emerging customer experience trends do you foresee shaping the future of your industry, and how are you preparing for them?
Uh, these technologies, like I said, is a constantly improving. Um, we are already in some way physical auction platform there,
Right.
and where we are bringing physical auction and a digital auctions and a combined experience, digital experience.
Digital. Yes.
And this is where the experience lies. The immersive experience that we're talking about, which could be metaverse, or could be, there's still a long way to go as a lot of things getting developed. A lot of compliance, a lot of privacy concerns are there, a lot of newer technologies need to come and support those kind of concepts. But in some cases, even metaverse or VR or somewhere is getting a good adoption, especially if we talk about the education, if we talk about the learnings. This is where it is more giving more value at the moment. And so eventually there'll be more businesses value out of it. Uh, yeah, I think digital would be one of the area to be really deliver a great customer experience. Uh, yeah, and of course we've spoken about a lot of new technologies already.
Yes.
I think the technology would it's not just always for the customer. I think that technology starts with our own as an organization. It starts with our own employees. So if our employees needs to get the technology hands-on first, they need
Yes.
to
Yes.
have that full knowledge. They need to have a full experience of using the softwares, apps. They need to get that experience first so that they can deliver the experience to the customer.
To the
If they don't
customers.
have that experience, how can they deliver? So, for example, customer profiling, 360 customer profiling. If with a single click, I know, this customer has certain preferences, buying patterns, I know. If I know what is he looking for, and then I know what I have to offer, whether how can I do upsell, I can do cross sell. So all the tools, if I have available in somewhere in the application, I'm equipped to do my job better as an employee. So technology for employee first so that he can deliver better customer experience and the customer experience will come automatically.
Yeah,
So
it will be the byproduct.
yes, so exactly. So that's pretty much on I had to say on this topic. Yeah,
Thank you, Manish sir. It was lovely interacting with you today. Thank you for your time and your inputs. Thank you so much.
absolutely, absolute pleasure, Nidhi, having me on this. On these discussions. I'm really it was really great conversation. Thank you so much for having me on this. Thank you.